Everybody, thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the movie Lady Dragon. Now, this particular movie has a lot of heartfelt memories to me. First of all, that's how I got the name Lady Dragon. That's where everybody calls me that, and I became known worldwide as the Lady Dragon from this movie. This movie, we shot it in Indonesia. And it was my second film shooting there, so I already knew the crew, and I felt very comfortable. The cast, I was with Richard Ginty, who I've always admired as an actor, so it was great to work with him. And of course, my good old friend, Richard Norton. I remember this. It was a tough movie to shoot. But my favorite scene is when I did the training out in the woods. So I was doing balance exercises on different pillars. I was, using primitive things to do push-ups on. And it just reminded me of the old school Jackie Chan movies. So I really loved doing this, being out in the woods and getting trained from the master. Kind of reminded me of Karate Kid a little bit, where I was the kid and then there was the master. Some scenes were a little tough. I know the one scene where I go into the bar and I'm trying to catch Richard Norton, and they end up like beating me up and throwing me in the mud. I remember that was really a nasty scene. I had cuts and everything from getting thrown out of the car and then landing in the mud and being all muddy. That was a pretty tough scene to do. I really enjoyed the fight scenes in this. I fought with a lot of the Indonesian stunt people and martial artists, which were phenomenal. So a lot of the fight scenes were really strong. I particularly like the ending fight scene where I'm fighting Richard Norton. And I just know when I look back at it, we were hitting each other so hard that I think I even heard Richard say, "Oh, you don't have to hit me so hard." But it was like kind of when you get into the swing of things, when getting hit hard and you start hitting hard. It was awesome. It's funny. I look at like the hairstyles and the clothing, and I think we didn't have much to choose from. I didn't have a hairstylist there, and I also had to go shopping, and I'm in that like really like gold sparkly dress. It's like I think I still have it. Not that I would wear it, just as a memory. But that movie, it still holds up. It's just it was kind of fun, and we did a sequel to it, and I think I'm trying to think in the sequel, they kind of all run together, but yeah, it's a movie like people love. And I just recently watched the trailer because sometimes I have to look back at things to remember all the movies that I've done. And, for that time and day, it was a good little movie. So if you guys get a chance, David Worth directed it. I've worked with David many times. And actually, about 2 years ago, we met with Gop Santani, who is the owner, and he had the movie company in Indonesia, and he wants to do a part 3. And we would love to do a part 3. Maybe we're the bad guy. We were talking about basically, I'm married, I have a daughter, and she gets kidnapped by the bad guy. We were in Hong Kong, and it brings us back to Indonesia, where I come to recover her. But we'll see. So that might be in the works for Lady Dragon 2. So remember, if you guys have any questions, please, or Lady Dragon 3, if you have any questions, please ask about the filming, about filming in different countries. Sometimes you never know what to expect because, it's not like filming in America. Loved Indonesia. The stunt people, we had 2 crews. We had American stunt and Indonesian stunt. A lot of fun. On my time off, I remember I went up to Bali because we were shooting a scene there, and going up into the mountains, which was really strange. And it was so hot below and it was freezing that I had to buy a winter coat, a winter hat. It started pouring, raining, and it's like going from hot to Antarctica, so the weather changed quite well. And I just remember the hotel was so nice. So met a lot of wonderful people there in Indonesia. And Lady Dragon 1 was so successful. It broke box office records all over the world. They did the sequel, Lady Dragon 2. the most awesome part about this is that I got to work with Billy Drago. I remember the guy in the white suit from the Untouchables was going to be in this little film. And I remember he said to me, because this was like a shoestring budget picture, you know, we didn't have trailers, we had to knock on people's doors to go to the bathroom. Makeup was done right outside. It was very primitive. And I thought, oh my God, here's a guy that's coming on a big A-listed movie. What does he think of this? And he said to me, he said, you know, Cynthia, he goes, it doesn't matter if I'm doing a small movie, a big movie. I always come and I always bring my best. And I just always do the best. And I thought that was so awesome of him, because a lot of times, you know, when big actors come in and they do these things, they're like, what? You don't have a trailer for me? What? I have to go to the bathroom like in someone's house? You know, they don't understand it. But he was truly an amazing person to work with. And I'll never forget, we had this one scene where he rapes me. And I remember saying to him, and he's scary. He scared the heck out of me when he was doing that. And I said, okay, you can do whatever you want, but don't rip my clothes off where you see anything. And he goes, okay. And he got into that. He was so terrifying. And I remember he put his hand over my nose and over my mouth, and I literally couldn't breathe. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to die, you know, going through this scene. And then finally he let up. But I remember that was really, really a hard scene to do. And after we got done, he like gave me a kiss on the cheek and said, thank you. Thank you. That was, you know, that I let him really be him, mean and whatever. Unfortunately, he passed away not that long ago, but, you know, he was such a chameleon of actors. He played the bad guy like so well. And he used to actually have an acting school in California. He used to teach a lot of students acting, but it was so great for me to work with him, because you're just, you know, trying to pick their minds on acting and watch how they act, and you just learn from them. So that was such a great scene. And I remember we were doing a fight scene, and it was at nighttime, and I have this major dialogue to do. Well, about 10 feet away from the camera, they have a barricade, and they must have had about 200 people from Indonesia all looking at me going, hi, Cindy, and doing all this stuff, right? And I was like, oh my God, and I'm trying to do this serious scene, you know? I think it was in Lady Dragon when you know, my husband gets killed, and I'm looking at people like making faces and doing things. It was like different kind of shooting there. But yeah, Lady Dragon 2, again, like I mentioned, you know, we hope to do 3. Maybe. You never know what will happen. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one.
Hi, this is Cynthia Rothrock. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. And if you like the videos, please put a like on it and refer it to your friends.